In this video we are looking at the evolution of dance. Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon. Dance was depicted and recorded 9,000 years ago. Indian ceremonial stone engravings from the first millennium BCE portray dance, hunting, births, deaths, and religious ceremonies. This indicates dance's importance to human history and development. The Egyptians' use of dance in religious events circa 3000 BC supported this area's depictions and recordings. Egyptian priests are depicted executing elaborate rites with music, dancers, and musical instruments to represent the gods, stars, and sun. These paintings depict how humans have used dancing to communicate and express themselves for millennia. These early depictions are just the beginning of how much dance and dance styles have changed and developed over time and across countries and cultures. Dancing is a universal form of expression and communication that transcends borders and cultural divides. It is as pervasive in our society as the written word, the visual arts, and the religious traditions that inform them. Many people in the past used dance as a form of release and a means of connecting with others, whether in the physical or metaphysical realms, and this can be found in the history of dance. Breakdancing emerged in the 1970s as a way for opposing gangs to express themselves without resorting to violence, and it has come a long way from Queen Victoria's famed adaptation of the waltz to put the dance couple physically closer than they had ever been before. To better understand how dance has contributed to shaping culture, we dig into its history and evolution. In time, different social strata gave rise to different dance styles. Renaissance and Elizabethan aristocratic dance evolved from medieval folk dances. Post-war times saw a rise in the popularity of dances, as people were relieved to have something to celebrate and return to the dance floor after years of strife and tragedy. We continue our journey through time, this time focusing on the evolution of dance from the early 20th century onward. In this video, we'll analyze each dancing technique in detail. 1910s, Foxtrot. Foxtrots are often danced to a 4/4 tempo. This ballroom dance is often compared to the waltz because of the fluidity with which the dancers move around the dance floor. Danced for the first time in 1914, it mostly comprises of strolling steps and chases. 1920s, Charleston. The Charleston, arguably the most well-known dance of the 1920s, can be performed with or without a partner. Charleston, South Carolina is where the Charleston dance first appeared, hence the name of the dance. In 1923, pianist James P. Johnson produced a song titled The Charleston to go along with the dance, and soon after, the song and the dance itself were standard fare in American dance clubs. The first examples of dances performed by couples, often based on animals like the grizzly bear. 1930s, the Lindy Hop. The Lindy Hop is a jazz-era dance. Depending on the speed of the music, they can be either triplets, doublets, or singlets. Charles Lindbergh, the pilot who performed the historic transatlantic flight, or hop, is the inspiration for the moniker Lindy Hop. The dance's name was inspired by the many lifts, flips, throws, and slides that occur throughout it, with the male partner raising the female partner into the air. From the same era as the swing, jive, and jitterbug comes this high-energy, aerial dance. The Texas Romy, the breakaway, the hop, and the Charleston are potential ancestors to this type of swing dancing. 1940s, the Jitterbug. In the 1940s, the Jitterbug's popularity soared once it was taken up by black communities. It's typically linked to other East Coast swing dances, and its name is claimed to have come from the phrase, jitters, which is used to describe the shakes of someone who has had too much gin. Cab Calloway used this line in his 1934 hit, The Jitterbug. The phrase, jitterbug, refers to a wide variety of swing dances, including the East Coast swing, jive, and the Lindy Hop. 1950s, the hand jive. The hand jive is a popular dance that gained popularity because of the film Grease. It combines a simple jazz square foot movement with hand motions such as the hitchhike move. In the 1950s, the hand jive was a popular dance, especially at the Savoy Ballroom in Harlem. The jive is a tighter, faster, and bouncier dancing style that emphasizes the use of one's knees more than in other dance styles. 1960s, the twist. The 1960s saw solo dance reach a new level with the twist. Without any prescribed processes and with no hold, it's straightforward and allows for originality. The twist is undoubtedly one of the most recognizable dances to come from the mid-20th century. Inspired by rock and roll music, it was viewed as overly suggestive for some, notably incorporating provocative hip movements executed in tandem with others. Hip motions and matching leg twists were prioritized throughout the dance, with the body remaining relatively still. Several other dances evolved at the same time, including the funky chicken and the mashed potato, but none were as popular as the twist. It was performed all around the world to the tune of Chubby Checker's re-recording of The Twist, a single originally released in 1959. In 1960, it topped the charts and became a massive success. 1970s, the hustle. As famous by John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, this word encompasses a wide variety of disco moves. 1977. John Travolta's iconic performance of the hustle in the 1978 film Saturday Night Fever popularized the dancing style. Although the film wasn't released until 1977, the hustle's heyday was the 1970s. Its origin may be traced back to 1972, and it shares similarities with disco and pop. Before his mainstream success in 1977, James Brown recorded an album in 1975 that centered on the hustling. It was created by a group of youths in Puerto Rico who, after seeing other forms of dance frowned upon by adults, came up with the 5-step routine that included no turns. 1980s, the Moonwalk. Michael Jackson's inclusion of the popping move in Billie Jean catapulted its popularity. It entails deceptively making forward progress while in fact moving backward. After performing the moonwalk on live television in 1983, Michael Jackson became practically inseparable from the maneuver. Although the moonwalk became instantly associated with Michael Jackson and his song Beat It, many people are surprised to learn that the dance style predated him. After seeing Jeffrey Daniel do the dance on Soul Train, Michael Jackson explicitly requested that he teach him the routine. Famous artists like Dick Van Dyke, James Brown, and tap dancer Bill Bailey preceded Jackson in doing this move. 1990s, the Macarena. The band Los Del Rio popularized the dance on their album Amy Me Gusta, 1993, and it has since become a staple at weddings and other formal celebrations. Macarena is a song that became a worldwide phenomenon in the 1990s. The dance that goes along with, and its infectious melody, are staples at modern weddings and other celebrations. It's a crowd pleaser since everyone knows it and it always makes them laugh. A Latin American ensemble gave it a clave beat for its performance. 2000s, Krump. Krumping is a style of street dancing that gained popularity in the early 2000s and consists mostly of 3 motions: arm swings, foot stomps, and chest pops. Breakdancing emerged in the 1970s and continued to grow in popularity throughout the 90s and 2000s. Breakdancing was created in the Bronx as a means for members of competing gangs to express themselves and compete with one another without resorting to violence. Dancing during the breaks in hip-hop music, which were popularized by DJ Clive Campbell in his mixes, is where the term breakdancing comes from. The song Kingdom Radically Uplifted Mighty Phrase is when the term krumping first appeared. Free, expressive, energetic, and exaggerated motions are hallmarks of krumping or breakdancing. After a meteoric rise to prominence in the new millennium, breakdancing will be recognized as a competitive Olympic event in 2024. 2010s, Gangnam Style. The term Gangnam Style, popularized by the K-pop star PSY in 2012, is a neologism in Korean that refers to the culture of Seoul's Gangnam neighborhood. Gangnam Style, a dance video that became popular when it was posted on YouTube, proved how influential dancing could be online. It has almost 3 billion views to date. Modern times. Nowadays, there are several distinct dance forms to explore. There is a type of dance for everyone, from jazz and tap to salsa and hip-hop. The rise in popularity of dancing in recent years can be attributed in large part to reality TV series like Dancing with the Stars and So You Think You Can Dance. This was the evolution of the dance. We hope you like the video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for more videos about the evolution of things. Thank you for watching.